work in intensive care in London, and I think I can speak for all of London's intensive cares at the moment. It's not just incredibly busy, we're over capacity.
David Carr was recalled to work 3 days after he retired in April last year. 9 months on, there's no reprieve in sight.
I'm really fearful of this virus, and I'm really angry. Really angry with the way that we've been let down by the Johnson government.
Outside hospitals, ambulances respond to an unfolding crisis. After some success over the summer, a second wave in autumn was sobering. But now, the UK's curve has turned vertical. In the week just gone, there was a record more than 50,000 positive tests per day. Hospital admissions are now 50% higher than at the peak of the first wave.
In terms of being overwhelmed and not providing the care that we're trained to give, we are at that point, and we have been for at least since Christmas.
So how did the British get here? The new variant was a game changer. It was first found in Kent in September, spreading at least twice as quickly as its predecessor across London and the southeast of the country. But critics also point to repeated lacklustre government action, missteps and U-turns.
The number of cases has quadrupled in the last 3 weeks.
Just the kind of constant incremental response when that's never worked. It has never worked. And it's not only that it's never worked here, it's never worked anywhere.
We knew that this time was coming, so we've waited really as long as we possibly can to do it.
Mr. Speaker, is to seize this...
In March, September and December, Boris Johnson ignored scientific advice, either delaying locking down the nation or refusing to do so. When the infection rate fell after the first lockdown, the government urged people to eat out and return to work, later admitting it had caused a resurgence of the disease. Students went back to schools and universities before a major backflip saw them close last week.
3 households can meet on 5 days.
And the British leader promised the nation 5 days of Christmas cheer. It was cancelled at the 11th hour.
The chaos of people cramming into trains, moving around the country, and then this latest debacle of the lockdown just after Christmas is horrific, and these people really have to pay for their mistakes.
Now there's a race against time to vaccinate enough people before the high infection rate sees the virus dramatically change again.
It is entirely plausible that we end up with what's called an escape mutant, which is a variant that actually no longer is controlled by the vaccine. It is still very much on the cards. This virus probably hasn't finished with us yet, and probably won't be finished with us for some time to come.
It's kind of a race against time. Who can we vaccinate before people get COVID? I mean, it's horrific. I mean, you couldn't write a more implausible disaster movie, really, could you?
A hard lockdown is now in force, but it will take weeks to work. And in the meantime, the pressure on the hospitals will continue to grow. And the Christmas effect, or the spread of the virus over the festive season, is only now starting to be felt, which is of deep concern for the doctors here.
We've never seen anything like this before, any of us, and we're worried about our colleagues, our patients, how we're going to deal with this.
Leeds man Tony Clay died from COVID in April last year. The virus took his brother during the second wave in November.
It feels like a real kind of head in the sand type of mentality. We're constantly looking for optimism that just isn't there, and a willingness to face the reality of the situation. Then a failure to listen to experts, scientists, medics, ordinary people like me.
Britain already has the highest death toll in Europe. On current trends, it's predicted to surge past 100,000 before the month's out.
I'm going to show you a photograph if that's okay. I have it stuck on my wall here. That's my dad. I don't trust the government. I don't trust what they're telling us, and I don't trust them to meet their own promises.
For David Carr, the trust has long gone too.
How bad could it get? We don't know. We are fearful. honestly. We're exhausted already, and it's not even the peak.
Boris Johnson has promised almost 14 million people will be vaccinated by mid-February. There are long, hard weeks before then, and nothing's gone smoothly so far. Samantha Hawley, ABC News, London.